I am so excited about our next guest,
Yo
who's
estoy
not a
tan
guest.
emocionada por nuestra siguiente invitada.
She is a special young lady.
Ella es una joven tan especial.
She is from the house.
Ella es de la casa.
Hallelujah. And we're going to introduce her.
Y vamos a introducirla.
That is our beautiful Daniella Faith Rodriguez.
Es nuestra bella Daniela Fe Rodríguez.
And here's a little bit about this wonderful young lady.
Y les vamos a contar un poco sobre esta tremenda joven.
Known for her pensive, vulnerable, and empowering performances,
Conocida por sus interpretaciones reflexivas, vulnerables y empoderadoras,
20-year-old singer-songwriter and producer Daniella Faith
la cantautora y productora de 20 años de edad, Daniela Fe,
has become a leading force in the indie folk music scene.
se ha convertido en una influencia en la escena musical indie folk.
She has been born and raised in New Jersey
Nacida y criada en Nueva Jersey,
to a musically rich family.
en una familia musicalmente rica.
Daniella has spent much of her life writing songs that speak to the many seasons of life.
Daniela ha pasado gran parte de su vida escribiendo canciones que hablan de las muchas temporadas de la vida.
Being beautifully influenced by her upbringing in the church
Al estar bellamente influenciada por su educación en la iglesia
and exploration of faith,
y su propia exploración de la fe,
she has developed a message behind her music that explores love, hope, and identity.
ha desarrollado un mensaje detrás de su música que explora el amor, la esperanza y la identidad.
With us today,
Con nosotras hoy
we're going to be blessed.
vamos a ser bendecidas.
Daniella.
Daniela.
Hi.
Hola.
This is really crazy right now.
Esto es bien loco ahora mismo.
It's so good to be here.
Es tan bueno estar aquí,
Home.
en casa.
Grew up here.
Yo crecí aquí,
So really full circle.
así que es un ciclo completo.
I used to sing like songs about like Mother's Day and like
Yo
other
cantaba
things.
canciones en el Día de
Just
las
like-
Madres.
It's like on this stage and now it's like I'm singing like, oh, I experienced something, so let's talk about it. You know?
en este escenario y ahora estoy cantando sobre las cosas que he experimentado y que quiero hablar de ellas.
All right. So I'm gonna start. This first song that I'm singing is called Oh Mama.
Voy a comenzar. La primera canción que voy a cantar se llama Oh Mama.
You hear me? You hear the guitar? Okay, cool. I wrote this song in my room.
Escribí esta canción en mi cuarto.
It's where I wrote a lot of my songs.
Es donde he escrito muchas de mis canciones.
I think my room was always just a safe space.
Creo que mi habitación siempre fue un lugar seguro
And it was the place where through music,
y fue el lugar donde a través de la música
I felt like God could see me.
yo sentía como que Dios me podía ver.
I think for a long time, it was hard to think that God could see me outside the walls of church and me serving in ministry.
Yo pienso que por mucho tiempo me era difícil pensar que Dios me podía ver fuera de la iglesia y fuera de estas paredes y servirle en ministerio.
But when I left,
Pero cuando yo salí,
God followed me.
Dios me siguió.
And that's where I met him
Y
for
ahí
myself.
es donde yo lo conocí por mí misma.
So this is called Oh Mama. Yeah, I'll just get into it. I think, and I wrote the song without thinking about it first, but
Yo escribí esta canción sin pensar primero.
I look back and it was written in a time where I had to cry out to a maternal figure because it was difficult for me to think that a paternal figure was as attentive.
Fue en un tiempo donde yo tenía que clamar a una figura materna.
So we know God is God.
Sabemos que Dios es Dios.
So just crying out to God from that way because I couldn't see God as a father yet.
Yo clamándole a Dios de esa forma porque yo no podía verlo así todavía.
So this is Oh Mama.
Así que esta canción es Oh Mamá.
It's already 3, but don't tell me. I never never should have had that coffee, contending with old memory, just trying to feel a little something. Oh mama, I know you hear me crying. Oh mama, weight of the world inside me. Oh mama, I know you see me trying. Oh mama, you say that joy comes in the morning. You say that joy comes in the morning. Coping with too much company, residing in the lonely hour, thinking about what it means to be. I swear one day I'll break this cycle. Oh mama, I know you hear me crying. Oh mama, weight of the world inside me. Oh mama, I know you see me trying. Oh mama, you say that joy comes in the morning. You say that joy comes in the morning. I thought I moved past it, but once in a while, the toys in the attic tell me I'm in denial. Tired of sadness, I wish that I could smile. It was existence, and she thought she moves past it. But once in a while, the toys in the attic tell her she's in denial. Oh, so tired of sadness, she just wants to smile. It was existence, and she was its child. Oh, mama, I know you hear me crying. Oh, mama, weight of the world inside me. Oh, mama, I know you see me trying. Oh, mama, you say that joy comes in the morning. Joy is waiting for me in the early morning. Sorrow for the night, but I'm finding beauty through my morning. Joy is waiting for me in the early morning. Sorrow for the night, but I'm finding beauty through my morning. Thank you. That was Oh Mama. I sang that song through a lot of seasons.
Yo canté esa canción a través de varias temporadas.
I wrote it in like the beginning of what I thought was like, I made it, like I'm good, like I wrote that at that point.
Yo la escribí en una etapa donde yo pensaba que yo había llegado, yo estaba bien.
Little did I know, like the next 3 years were about to be very much so. We're gonna heal from the past, Daniella, very much so.
Poco sabía que en los próximos 3 años iban a ser 3 años de proceso de sanidad sobre el pasado.
But something that I learned in this season
Pero algo que aprendí en esta temporada
was that God isn't confined to a timeline.
es que Dios uno no lo puede limitar a un tiempo solo
And that healing is not linear.
y que la sanidad no es lineal
And God cares about Daniella more than what I can do.
y Dios se preocupa por Daniela más de lo que yo pueda hacer.
He wants me to be okay.
Él quiere que yo esté bien,
Because I'm his daughter, not because I can sing at church.
porque soy su hija, no simplemente porque puedo cantar en su iglesia.
He created me because he loves me.
Él me creó porque me
Period.
ama, punto.
And everything else is secondary, important,
Y
but a
todo lo
secondary.
demás, aún importante, es secundario.
So I really had to like sit with that,
Así que yo me tuve que sentar con esa realidad,
to think that I was worthy of love even when I needed to be home.
darme cuenta que aún ahí, aún antes de estar completa y sanada, yo era merecedora de su amor
And that was okay.
y que eso estaba bien.
So this next song I also wrote in my room,
La próxima canción también la escribí en mi habitación
and yeah, I'm just gonna sing it.
y voy a cantarla.
When I was 7, I swallowed my thoughts and called it self-reflection. If there is heaven, then there must be hell too. So pessimistic, fighting these voices, but it's hard not to listen. If there is heaven, then there must be hell too. Oh, duality, don't flee from me as I wallow in confusion, as I cling to every extreme that affirms my own delusion, come to conclusions about myself, judge and the juror of my health. Oh, reality, oh, pretty please meet me with compassion. If I pray the Lord my soul to keep up, my faith is never activated. Is this song in vain? Oh, and then comes grace. If we are all connected, why do I isolate myself? Is my healing not attached to the healing of somebody else? Am I so consumed by sadness that I'm neglecting my own health? If the world would just stop moving, would they hear my cry for help? If I would just stop moving, whoa. If we are all connected, why do I isolate myself? Is my healing not attached to the healing of somebody else? Am I so consumed by sadness that I'm neglecting my own health? If the world would just stop moving, would they hear my cry for help? If the world would just stop moving, would they hear my cry for help? If I would just stop moving. Oh, could I hear their cry, like I hear mine? Oh, duality, don't flee from me as I wallow in confusion, as I cling to every extreme that affirms my own delusion. I come to conclusions about myself, judging the juror of my health. If I try a little harder, if I cry a little harder, will you come to my defense? Would you love me any less? Like a lamb to the slaughter, just to call me your daughter, a sacrifice you sent. I didn't know what that meant. I was disconnected. I was disconnected from truth. All these different methods, all these twisted versions of you, oh Jesus. You are the way, you are the truth, and you are the life. And to live is Christ, to die is gain. I'll sacrifice my pride, and I'll die to myself every day. Oh, duality, don't flee from me. The ability to see the other side. I don't want to be blinded by pride. Even if I'm justified, you justify me. You're not limited to time, you walk through the valley. Since I was 7. Since I was 7. Thank you so much.
Muchas gracias.
I'm really grateful to God.
Verdaderamente estoy agradecida a Dios.
I was nervous to perform today.
Yo estaba nerviosa de tocar hoy
Just because it's I'm usually just a worship leader since I was a kid here.
porque normalmente desde niña he sido líder de adoración acá.
But where I've discovered God for myself was writing songs like this.
Pero donde yo descubrí a Dios por mí misma fue escribiendo canciones como esta.
I saw God in worship, in times of worship.
Yo he visto a Dios en momentos de adoración.
When I was younger, just through the experience of others.
Cuando era niña, a través de la experiencia de otros.
And I was going through a lot of things in my life.
Pero yo estaba atravesando muchas cosas en mi vida.
That I never was able to talk about.
Que nunca pude hablar de ellas.
And it was a lot of the time it just felt like, well, God doesn't really care about those things. Just sing, Daniella.
Y muchas veces me sentía como que a Dios no le importan esas cosas. Simplemente sigue cantando, Daniela.
Just go worship, go be used, be a vessel.
Ves y canta, ves y sé utilizada para adoración como un vaso.
And when I went to college,
Y cuando yo fui a la universidad
and I was away from home,
y yo estuve fuera de mi hogar,
and it was up to me to decide if I wanted to go to church every Sunday,
y era mi decisión si yo quería ir a la iglesia cada domingo,
I noticed that it was based off of guilt.
yo me di cuenta que tomaba la decisión en base a sentirme culpable
And this responsibility that, no, this is what we do on Sundays. We go to church.
y esta responsabilidad que no, esto es lo que hacemos los domingos, vamos a la iglesia,
More than, oh, there's a God that sees me and I want to go be with people that he sees too.
más de que hay un Dios que me ve y yo quiero ir y estar con personas quien Él ve también.
And so now in this season of blooming,
Así que ahora en esta temporada de florecer,
I was talking to my mom yesterday,
yo estaba hablando con mi mamá ayer
and it was really resonating in the sense that the fruit hasn't been born yet.
y estaba resonando en el hecho de que el fruto no ha nacido todavía.
But I don't know for any of you if you just came out of a really intense season,
No sé si algunas de ustedes acaban de salir de una temporada bien intensa
and now this is a season of maybe a little more rest,
y a lo mejor esta es una temporada de un poco más descanso,
but live in that.
pero vive en ello.
You don't have to be guilty for resting.
No tienes que sentirte culpable por descansar.
And God is patient with you,
Dios es paciente contigo
and He loves you,
y Él te ama.
and this is a life thing.
Y esto es algo de por vida.
I'm 20 years old,
Yo tengo 20 años
and my deepest conviction
y mi convicción más
is that I
profunda
will be okay.
es que voy a estar bien.
I'm not saying that things are always going to be okay.
No digo que las cosas siempre van a
I
estar
know what
bien.
this life is.
Yo sé de lo que se trata esta vida.
I've lived it,
Yo la he vivido.
and I see older people, and I'm like, I know there's a lot more to go.
Y sé que hay personas mayores delante de mí, que hay mucho más para mí continuar.
But I serve a God who's going to love me in every season.
Pero sirvo a un Dios que me va a amar en toda temporada.
And so, if I could leave you with anything,
Así que si te puedo dejar con cualquier cosa,
it's that
es esto,
my faith
mi fe,
that you can do this,
que tú puedes con esto,
because I have seen it.
porque lo he visto.
I've seen the lowest point,
Yo he visto lo más profundo
and God saw me there,
y Dios aún ahí me vio.
even when I rejected His gaze.
Aún cuando yo rechacé su mirada,
He was still patient,
Él fue paciente,
because that's who God is.
porque ese es tu Dios.
He doesn't project the healing that He did for someone else onto you.
Él no proyecta la sanidad de otro en
You're a
ti.
different person.
Tú eres alguien distinto.
He created you,
Él te creó a ti,
so He knows you.
así que Él te conoce.
So thank you so much.
Muchas gracias.
God bless.
Y Dios